Hello, everyone. I am recording my vlog number 3 for our Unit 3 material as we head towards our planning of our mini units. It's exciting. The first question, how have your perceptions of secondary music changed since the beginning of the course? I'd have to say I've always been a big picture thinker. So that's been one of my strengths is, having my students relate music to other aspects of their life and developing musicianship skills that help them, be a good community member, be a good person, helping with communication skills. So I've always done that, but I think this course has reinforced the importance of always having performance in the classroom and having that be like, the goal. The underlying goal is to have your students learn about their creative selves, learn about who they are as a musician. And to do that, I liked how the lecture talked about have your students be doers and not just learn about doing, because I think some teachers get caught up in that. And I found myself last year sort of have this struggle as I, kept incorporating improv and orff instruments and creative music making in the classroom with my 7th and 8th graders. I found myself kind of I don't know, struggling with the fact, like, why am I doing this? I know a lot of other teachers in 7th and 8th grade general music get into the rut of handing out worksheets and going to book work. Not that you can never have worksheets, but it has to be meaningful, and that can't be all a unit is. But as I was doing these units with improv and jazz and blues and pop music and ukulele playing and African drum, I found myself thinking, if I had some behavior issues, I don't have to do this. Like, some of these kids seem like they don't even want to do it. But at the end of the year, I still, in my 7th and 8th grade classes, I did Bruno Mars song on the ukulele, and I had them creating percussion lines while we all learned the chord progression. So I didn't back down from that. Even though it became tough, but this course has taught me that if it does become hard, that's time for me to self-reflect and ask myself, how can I make this better? These students want to create. Maybe it's a problem with how I'm structuring the unit. Maybe it's, a problem of maybe they don't understand why it's important and how it relates to them. So I guess this course has shown me that it is very important and to not back down from my gut instinct of wanting my 7th and 8th graders to perform in the classroom, even though they might, be shy at first. It's reinforced the fact that they want to do that, but it's going to take a little more effort on my part to dig deep and to connect with them and to create a comfortable classroom environment, which I have had success with. It just, it takes research. I think maybe I have to research a little bit more. Maybe, watch some classrooms that have had success with it that have a similar population to mine. Also, this course, as well as the curriculum course that we're taking, has shown me assess the process. And I think this was mentioned in the lecture as well for Unit 3. Don't just assess what the song sounds like at the end of the unit. Assess the process. Assess, did we meet the goals that we set together? And I think I get caught up in that sometimes, if I do a blues unit, which is what I'm doing my unit on. Did they get the chord progression? Did they play the bass line accurately? Is that really my goal? Or is my goal to have them play with a feeling in mind? That's my original goal. So yeah, I want them to learn what a blues chord progression sounds like. But I need to make sure that I'm covering my ultimate essential goals and essential questions that relate to them as an individual and them as a creator. My inspiration for the lesson. So my lesson that is going to be my inspiration for my mini unit is a blues lesson that I sort of tweaked. So I've done this blues lesson. It's a blues song, Flip, Flap, Fly, don't know the reason why, and it ties into Black History Month because that's really big at the school that I used to teach at. And I sort of tweaked it and added a little more student exploration in and a little more student choice with, the feeling that they want to create when they're playing their improv on the bass line and improving rhythms. Are they wanting to express a happy mood through this bass line improv? Maybe that'll entail a more complicated rhythm. Are they sort of trying to have a mellow tone? Maybe their notes will be more drawn out. So I added in goals that were tied to the more general understandings, and that is how do the blues help us express what we want to express? Rather than just getting caught up, are you playing with proper mallet technique? Which could be a goal, but that wasn't my main goal. And I think when I actually did this lesson in real life, I kind of got caught up with that during assessment. So making sure your assessment matches your actual goals that you want your students to meet and that your students want to meet. I kind of think that I had trouble with how messy it was when I did this unit, and I think I found myself reflecting on how I could better manage that. And better manage the fact that it might be messy, and that's okay, as long as it's like a controlled messy. So just self-reflecting. I had fun with the Unit 3 material, and I'm looking forward to hearing about everyone's lesson and